Good morning and welcome back to the channel. So today we have booked on with a guide who's going to try and get us close to Otter on the island of Yell. So we're just waiting for the ferry now to get across to Yell to meet up with the guide, and I'll take you along for the journey and see what we see. But while we're waiting for we've spent ages now looking for Otter on Shetland. I hasten to add, I thought it would be, I know it's never easy, I know it's not easy, I know that from Mull, but I also know my field craft and know how to find Otter, and I thought I'd be able to find Otter no problem. And we've spent a lot of time looking with no success whatsoever. And we're queuing for the ferry to go across to Yell, and what swims across in front of me? An otter. Unbelievable. And sod's law, isn't it? But as fast as he was there, he's now completely vanished, which is why I thought I'd introduce today's episode and do a Pt2 camera. So I'm sat on the rocks, you can probably hear the Arctic terns behind me and the common terns. They're fishing away in the water, and there's also Arctic skua, which are chasing the terns and mugging them for the fish that they catch, which is quite a spectacle to see. So we'll get across on the ferry. Saw dolphins on the ferry yesterday. Fingers crossed we might see something again. And then we'll meet up with our guide and we'll see how today goes. We've just got off the boat on Yell and we've met with our guide Ian. Ian, do you want to explain what the plan is for today?
Well, we're retained along the coastline, stopping often, having a good look around, hopefully see something. And if we do, we'll just stop. And if it's coming towards us, just stop, sit down, wait, and let it come to us.
Fantastic.
Hopefully,
exciting times.
Calm weather, it should be easy to spot anytime we want.
Brilliant. So come along for the journey and see what we see. So we found our first otter on Yell, and he's just at the ferry port, right next to where the ferry is, and he's happily hunting and feeding away. See if I can get some video next time he pops up for you. So what we've got here, which I'll show you by turning the camera around in a moment, is an otter halt and also a wash area. So I'm going to just show that to you and explain what we can see. So the halt is just there, just below the fence there, and it goes back into the edge of this hill that we're in. And Ian has just explained to us that it's never used by one otter. They're just open for any otter who's nearest to it that they can use it. And then they'll come out, and this tiny little puddle of water actually goes down quite deep, and they'll go in there and wash the salt water off them before drying themselves off in the grass and tucking themselves up for a nice sleep. That'd be an amazing photograph to see. So we're at the entrance to another halt, and you can see here the otter sprite. Apparently it smells like jasmine, but I ain't getting that close to find out. And then we've got the entrance to the halt, much better being able to see the entrance to this halt can see the seaweed lining the entrance. And that is an otter's home. This is a really good example of some otter spraying, and one of the signs to look for when you're looking for this is that often it will be on a tuft of grass which is much higher than all the rest of the grass around it. And in this picture, a really good example of an otter footprint. You can often find these in the run-up to the halt.
So we've come to the end of the trip. It's been a fantastic week. We've really explored Shetland, been all over, been all the way up to the most northerly point in Unst and Hermanus Nature Reserve, and then all the way down to the most southerly point, which was Sunborough Head. So we've really kind of done a good explore of the island. It's been a fantastic experience, and we've seen lots of new experiences. A highlight of the week was definitely the bonxie. I thought they were an incredible bird, totally fearless. Dive bombed us, which obviously you've seen in the video clips, which was a real experience. A little bit hair raising, but a real experience. We've seen gannets at close quarters and diving into the water to get fish. We've seen Arctic terns, Arctic skewers. We've seen absolutely everything that we came out to see, with the exception of one. Orca. We didn't see any orca, and to be fair, there's been no sightings at all reported on the Facebook groups while we've been here. So I think if they'd have been sighted and we'd been here and not seen them, that would have probably been even more frustrating, but the fact that no one's seen them is probably a plus. So until next time, and I'm sure there'll be a next time, if you've enjoyed the video, please click like. If you'd like to see some more, please click subscribe. We're getting very close now to those 1,000 subscribers marker, so I appreciate every subscribe I get. And until next time, ta-ra!